This is being filmed, right? Yeah. This is ready for TikTok. So I own a small vinyl bar just up the street from here. It's called Jan's Place. It's small. It's about 30 people. We're in the Railroad District. And so what is a vinyl bar? Well, ours is, it's about 30 seats. It's an intimate space. The space itself is treated with acoustic panels like what you see around this room in order to reduce echo, reduce bass, and allows us to play music at a polite volume. That's sort of our tagline, music at a polite volume. So you can have a conversation and hear the music. We've got a menu, really simple menu of like local craft beers. We've got about 100 wines on our wine list, and we serve tipped fish, which some people get and some people don't get. So it's 1991, I'm 21 years old, I'm drifting through the back streets of Tokyo following my friend Mike, not the pizza guy, different guy. And we're making our way to a small bar that he's been telling me about at work for ages. We're in a neighborhood called Shimoki-Tozawa, which is known for good drinking, good music. And we're looking for a bar called Trouble Peach. The sign out in front of the bar is a replica of this record, 1972, Allman Brothers, Eat a Peach. So we come around the corner and it's lit up in neon. We go inside. There's space for maybe 9 people, including staff. It's dark, it's a little bit dingy, and there's 2 beautiful handmade speakers hanging from the ceiling. So we order a tall ice cold beer, a couple of glasses, and we sit there for a couple of hours listening to what we now call classic rock, so music from the late 1960s to the early 1970s, made by white people on LSD and cocaine. And it was just a transformative experience. It was just a wonderful way to hang out in an intimate setting with a close friend. Over the course of the next 30 years, I've probably been to 100 bars like that, all up and down Japan. I lived in Tokyo for a long time, spent 7 years in Japan. If you go to our website, jansplaceslo.com, and read the About Us, it's written by a friend of mine who lives in Yokohama. He published a book a couple of years ago called Tokyo Jazz Joints, where he and another friend of his did a photo book documenting what are called jazz kisaten, jazz kisa, little vinyl bars throughout Tokyo that specialize in just high-end sound systems, intimate spaces, and just sitting and listening to records. So this is a guy I've known for a long time. He and I used to play records together in Tokyo 20 years ago. We had this little crew on Friday afternoons where we get out of work and we went to this, there was a nightclub that would let us come in and play records there before they opened. So it's a nightclub sound system, right? Small place. And it's a big system, 2 turntables, a mixer, and we were new to DJing, so we were just sort of figuring out how it works. And while the bar was setting up, while the bartenders were setting up, and there were no patrons coming in, there was like 5 or 6 of us that would practice playing records in this nightclub setting. We do something very similar up at the bar right now, where on Tuesday nights we do what's called open decks. So customers can bring their records into the bar and play them. And if they don't know how to play them, we teach them. If they're nervous about being up against it, they're nervous playing in front of their friends, we just sort of, give them some drinks and loosen up a little bit. We do that every Tuesday, and this past Tuesday, when we opened at 4 o'clock and we close at 8, very polite hours. I'm in bed by 9 o'clock, which is fantastic. The sign-up list was full by 4:30, so we do 30-minute sets. And it's a great way for people to sort of get comfortable playing records amongst friends. It's very supportive, it's very collaborative. Tonight at the bar, the woman who's playing, she's playing a 3-hour set. I met her through Open Deck. She came in, about a year ago, started getting comfortable behind the deck, started practicing more and more and more, coming every week, and now she's hosting a 3-hour night of her own tonight at the bar, which is really the essence of what we're doing. When we were in Japan, my wife figured out how to get New Zealand citizenship. Her parents are from New Zealand, so the reason we're in San Luis Obispo is her parents retired here about 20 years ago. We now live across the street from them. So we're in Tokyo. We figure out how to get to New Zealand. 30 seconds left, got it. Long version is on the website. We went to New Zealand and we played on the radio. There was a radio station there that had this a studio. It's acoustically one of the best rooms I've ever been in. So the gist of that is that we've been traveling around the world for years, just picking up ideas, and we're finally living in one place long enough where we can sort of put it all together into this space called Jan's Place, just up the street. If we have a philosophy behind what we're doing, it's called omote nashi. Omote is like the self, it's the Japanese word, it's the self that you present. Nashi means without, so it's kind of like selfless service. If somebody comes into the bar and sits down without me saying hello to them, I feel weird. If they leave without me interacting with them and saying hello, saying goodbye, I'll chase them down the street to be like, thanks for coming in. So we do open decks every Tuesday. That's the thing. If you want to see more, go to Ebony SLO. We just installed a massive killer sound system in that space. It's going to be there for 3 weeks. It's an immersive audio experience. It's gorgeous, and the space itself is beautiful. Thank you for having me.